this week's episode of Sunday Spin. I'm Laura from Riot Squad Media, and this is Terry. This is where we take a couple minutes each week to let you guys know what we're listening to. Terry, who are you spinning?
So I am very excited, very nervous. I always get so shy when I cover bands that I love. I always I don't know, it works in my psyche. The last time this band released anything was back in 1985. So I was 3. Laura wasn't even a thought. So this was the last time they released anything. If you don't know who I'm talking about, they put the LA punk scene on the map, and I'm talking about X. Their last album, which was Ain't Love Grand, was released in 95. They released in 2000, so it's just turned a year old, was Alphabetland, and I am in love. Starts off right from the top, Alphabetland. It kind of made me feel like it was a warm hug. You know, it's kind of like so familiar to me. It was X. It did sound a bit different. I remember Ixine's voice, and this does have the original lineup. So it has Ixine, it has Billy Zoom, it has DJ Bone Break, it also has John Doe. And I remember the earlier albums not being so in key, I guess is the best way, especially with Ixine. I found this to be a bit more in key than normal, but yeah, it was just like a big warm hug. It was that rockabilly, it was that jazz, it was the blues, it was those guitar riffs, and it was very powerful, and I just felt myself immersed. There's songs I wanted to dance in, there were songs that I just wanted to chill. At the end, Ixine actually does like a reading, I don't know, must have been like jazz poetry or some kind of goodbye to everybody, and I just loved it. But yes, it opens up with Alphabetland. It wasn't supposed to be called Alphabetland. I believe it was supposed to be called Mercury. And Billy Zoom can say, just kept calling it Alphabetland. The words alphabet come in several times through the song, but not the actual word Alphabetland. It's just what he called it, so they stuck with it. It kind of made me think of like Coffee with Lions and how they kind of named their titles like our I still don't know. I still can't say it. But yeah, it was fantastic. Kind of had like that little, reminded the top, the way she sang it made me feel like kids like kind of teasing each other, like na 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 na. It had that kind of type of sound to it. I really liked it. Another one that was very good, which was Water and Wine. It was like your classic surf rock song. That's the type of song that I'm going to dance with. When I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of rock in my house, but there was a lot of like surfing rock. So my mom was a huge fan of it. So I can remember ever since I'm a kid just dancing to that. And it was so good. It was like the 70s, but like turned into like this modern time. And it was still like those same classic elements, but it was so almost like fine-tuned, and that whole album front to back was absolutely like that for me. I definitely suggest that you go check it out. They did release 2 more called Extra, actually just in February of this year, so make sure you go check those out too. Love Song Part 3 was on there, just as good as the rest of Alphabetland. These guys are really great, and yeah, definitely go check it out. This was put out by Fat Possum Records. It was 11 songs, 27 minutes long, and yeah, you're gonna love it. So, Laura, who are you spinning this week?
So this week, actually, I am stepping way out of my norms. This was a recommendation to me by my friends over at State Line Records. So I have it right here, actually. RooFTops, and the name of this is We Just Pretend This Is a War. So RooFTops, better known as Rufio from like early 2000s, toured a lot with The Unseen, Clip 45, Global Threat, bands like that. Anyway, this was put out March 2020, so last year. This is funky. This is way different than anything that I normally spin. And that is because it is 100% acoustic. And if anybody knows me, that's not usually my thing. So when this came recommended to me, I was like, what are you thinking here? Like sending something like this to me. But now I got it, you know? So I want to say thank you, Mark, for sending this my way and for putting this on my radar. this is the first full length by RooFTops, and I want to say too, I really love the way that he writes lyrically. Reminds me a lot of like Lenny Lashley, the context of things. The whole record is about kind of pushing through, social injustices and things like that, and being on an equal playing field as everybody. So I really love that about this. The first thing I did, if you guys know me, you know I love to like read along to songs. I like to read the lyrics and stuff. So I found myself submerged in every single one of these as I listened to this record, because it's just easier for me to relate to things that way. But I fell in love with the way that he writes. He has just a really beautiful writing style. So definitely check that out when you're listening to this too. A couple tracks that I found myself really digging. Real Life Isn't Like This was one of them that really stuck out to me. I love the vocals on this track. There's a lyric in here where he says, "My doleful 40 hours a week ain't the only memory. I'm ready for more, and if it's still out there." And I'm like, yes, and I think that we can all feel that way right now. Everybody's so sick of working so hard for what? For nothing. You want more out of your life. So that one really hit pretty close to home for me. And another one that I loved was Unimportant, and that's another one that just goes right back to, we are all equal. We're all on the same playing field here. And again, lyrically, like, fantastic. He strums beautifully on the guitar. But you're going to want to listen to the words here. He has a really great kind of raspy voice. He does kind of sound like Lenny Lashley here. You guys know I love Lenny, so that made me feel a little comfortable too listening to this. And there's another lyric in here that was like the best lyric I've probably heard in quite some time. And I wrote it down so I didn't fuck it up. But if they chase the blinding light, how are they going to lead you to the truth? Don't ever follow those who never dream of following you. And I think that is fantastic, and that's something that we should all listen to and think about when we're making relationships and when we're giving people our time and things like that. So shout out RooFTops. I thought that this was a really cool record. Thank you so much, Mark, for sending it my way. I can't wait to dive in a little bit more. You guys can pick it up on Bandcamp. Now it brings us to our shout outs portion. Terry, who are you shouting out this week?
So these guys come out of High End Denim Records, just ahead of their June 4th release. This is Boltergeist with Glory Days, which is their new single, just released actually, I think last month, I want to say. They are melodic, so you know me, I definitely have to sit with that side a little bit harder. I wouldn't say it skirts towards skate more, and nor does it really go towards hardcore. It's definitely true melodic, so I really enjoyed it. Lyrically, the vocals I really like. I find they fit very well together. Their harmonies are tight. They have a little bit of a solo in there that I really enjoyed too. So yeah, make sure you check them out. That was Boltergeist with their new single Glory Days, and they're out of High Denim Records. Laura, who's your shout out?
Okay, as promised, as always, I'm giving you guys a Camp Punksylvania band. We have a brand new single from our dear friends in Tiger Sex. This track is called Trouble. We actually have a lyric video for you guys, so check it out, and we will see you guys next week.